Who were you before society told you who you were or weren't? That is a question that has been ringing through my mind for some time now, particularly over the last year. It is a question that every young generation of people has asked themselves for eons of our planet's history. Who were you really before the older generations told you how to act, who to worship, who to model yourself after, how to make a living? It all stems back to a simpler question we were asked when we were around the age of 10. What do you want to be when you are older? Most kids say things like fireman, police officer, astronaut, president, athlete. What do all these have in common? They are professions, role models that can have a direct impact on our society and can be fulfilling to those who do them. It's not about money, fame, clout, or feeling wanted. It is simply about doing what makes them happy. So why is it, after 10 years of schooling, do these dream professions suddenly turn into jobs like lawyers, marketer, influencer, brain surgeon, to play it safe, to find a job, to make money, not to take risks? Risks are bad. This way of thinking has been indoctrinated to young people by older generations for centuries. Make enough money to survive until you're 65, go into debt, be a slave to the system. Then, after you retire and have no energy, then you can finally be happy and do what you've been putting off for your entire life. I'm not saying it is purposely done or maliciously done. It is taught as a safety net for people to scrape by so they don't go into poverty. And that is another problem with the system that we live in. It is no coincidence that all of these young people that start off as ambitious, searching for life, the meaning of life, all of these dream jobs that they think they want to do when they're younger get filtered out as they go to school, which is a system to produce robotic humans, robots. They are searching for people that fit into the matrix, into a system. Go to work for 40, 50 years of your adult life. Don't question what you're doing. 9 to 5, even longer than that, 12-hour days. Come home, have no energy, do drugs that sedate you into not wanting to be in the society you're currently living in. Don't question it, just do as you're told. It is no coincidence that people that are against this way of thinking are seen as black sheep, rebels. Why do you think that young people are naturally this way? They question everything. Why is the society like this? Why do I have to go to a job for the whole day, literally, to make money, to buy things I can't afford, to impress people I don't even care about? You see, if you question this way of thinking, you can't question this way of thinking. They will make you think that what you're saying is not valid. They will gaslight you. What I'm trying to say is dangerous to say, but I don't even care at this point. My goal in this lifetime is to wake people up to this truth. That same energy, that same way of thinking that you had when you were around the age of 10 years old, that is the same energy you need to have when you're an adult. That is the same way of thinking you need to embolden. It is only after you finish high school, turn 18, where they say go to college, get into debt, or go immediately into a job which you don't like to make money, to buy things, to impress people you don't even like, to make it seem like you're living a life which you don't even live, which you can't afford to have, or get a job that makes a lot of money so you can buy things that you think will make you happy, which don't actually even make you happy because you're not doing what your soul is saying to do. Deep down, I know that you know that that is the truth. That is what your subconscious has been telling you this whole time. It is what my subconscious has told me the whole time. You see, if you have this way of thinking, you will be the rebel. You will be the black sheep. Your family will think that you're going crazy. Your relatives, your co-workers, the people you think are friends, they will turn on you if you do not follow the American dream. And you want to know why they call it the American dream? Because you have to be asleep to believe in it. What is the American dream? Like I said, it has changed over the past 20, 30 years, but it is essentially the same. Go to school, finish school, go into college, which means going into debt, and once you finish college, you will go into a job which you do not want to be in, and if you are in, you are part of a corporation that makes it so that you can't say what you want, you can't do what you want, you can't think in another way that is outside the corporation's way of thinking. If so, you will be fired, you will have your whole way of living cut off, you will have your finances totally screwed, and then you'll have to settle for another job that has the same way of thinking as the job you just got fired from. It is an endless cycle. It takes 1 or 2 generations to change the way society views things. I believe my generation and the generation younger than me understands this concept. That is why I think everything that's going on and has gone on the past year is not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. Everything that is happening right now is happening in divine order. There is a reason for everything. Do you think it is a coincidence that with this generation being emboldened by the internet, becoming their own bosses, their own heads of companies, all of these things, they are making it harder for small businesses to operate right now. They are making it harder for small businesses to start right now. Who has been profiting the most during this past year? Are they the small mom and pop stores on the corner? Or is it the billion-dollar corporations that can sustain an online model like this? That can sustain the way of living we are right now. Everything online. Thousands of employees doing what I said earlier. Just scraping by. Doing that job just to make a living. What I want you to get out of this video is to question what is right in front of you. Nothing is linear. Everything is happening in a circle, in a cycle. Is it a coincidence that 100 years ago a similar pandemic epidemic happened? Or is it that every 100 years or so there comes a generation that tries to change the norms that happen, and then there's an event that happens that slows everything down and gets people back into what they were doing before, being a servant or a slave to the society that they have been living in? These are questions that you need to answer for yourself, research yourself, and open your mind to a possibility that the way that you are living right now does not need to be the way for future generations. It does not need to be an endless cycle of being asleep. Human consciousness can be advanced. It can evolve like we have as people. We are stuck on a certain way of consciousness. The vast majority of people are asleep right now. They were waking up, then whatever force you want to call it closed the blinds and pretended it was nighttime again. Close your eyes, go back to sleep. We'll wake you when it is time. I'm telling you, it's time. You don't need an outside force to tell you it's time to wake up. You know it, and I know it. That time to wake up is now. It is your choice. Just like in the Matrix, you have the red pill or the blue pill. Most people are stuck on the blue pill. This is an olive branch saying take the red pill. Question what you have been told is the normal and make the abnormal the way of living. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found some informative value in it and helped open your eyes to see how indoctrinated we have become as a society. It only takes 2 generations to change the way we think and what is accepted in our overall population and society. Let this be one of the first steps you take to seeing that. If you want to support me on this journey I'm taking, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I plan on making videos 3 to 4 times a week. Some of it will be like this, spiritual information, and also newsworthy stuff that's not really covered by the mainstream media. I have also opened a Teespring store, which if you don't know is a merchandise store. I have a couple of posters on there and t-shirts that I am designing. I'm trying to get into graphic design. I really like it and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Thank you for watching. You are appreciated. I hope you have a great rest of your day and an amazing year in 2021. Namaste.